appeals that you may have. So it's getting to be that time, Wildcats. It's an exciting time of year. It's an exciting time for us to be able to celebrate with you in your graduation. Mr. Olin is going to go through key parts of the ceremony with you this morning. But before he does, I just want to give you a few reminders about how graduations are done at Clear Creek High School. And there's nothing like a Clear Creek High School graduation because our kids historically have acted with class and dignity throughout the ceremony, whether they're sitting in their chairs, listening to other names being called, or whether it's your turn to walk across that stage. The Wildcats have always done a tremendous job of maintaining their dignity and poise and not bringing attention to themselves in a way that disrupts the students walking behind them in their honor. We don't want to do anything as we walk across that stage that distracts from the decorum of this ceremony. I consider this an extracurricular activity. You do not have to participate in graduation. We owe you your diploma if you've earned it, but in terms of a graduation ceremony, again, this is like an extracurricular. We can't do it right, then I'm going to ask that you not participate in graduation. Okay, and I expect our ceremony to be done with class and dignity. I expect the Wildcat class 2020 to be no different than the classes before you. Someone needs to mute their mic, if you don't mind. I think that's Coach Eames. Thank you, Coach. In terms of dress, we went over that again. These stacked wedges and heels. Can't wear those out on the field. That's going to be a no-go. We're going to have to send you back out to your car or figure something else out for you. That will damage the turf field, void any warranties we have on an expensive football field. So let's be aware of that. I've heard requests of guys wanting to wear jeans and boots with a nice button-down shirt. That's a no-go as well. You've been told what you can wear at graduation. We're following the script just like last time. And then lastly, the reading of names. I think Mr. Olin's going to go over this, but if not, it's really important that when you get up to the stage, that you only walk across when you hear your name heard. And if you don't hear your name heard, you don't walk across, okay? Each one of you will have name cards. You need to hold on to your name card till you get up to the stage. You will give it to a person assisting the reader. And then when you hear your name, you will walk across. I will shake your hand, hand you your diploma cover, and be on your way. And yes, I will be shaking hands this year. If you're not comfortable with that, we can do a fist bump. You just let me know as you walk across. It's an action photo. You go, you shake, and you keep walking. And it's not a pose. We don't sit there for 2 minutes waiting to take the best picture. It's an action photo with you walking, me handing, shaking, and then you're walking across the stage. So with that, all that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Olin. Thank you, Mr. Olin.
Thank you, Mr. Majewski. Hopefully everybody can see this field on the screen. I'm going to start playing this video. The main things that we're going to talk about, again, welcome to graduation. The parking lot gates will open at 5:30, which is right over here. Student check-in is between 6 and 7. Again, your student check-in will correspond with your color quadrant. So you'll get your tickets whenever you complete the senior check-in process. So the red check-in will be up here on the visitor side, scoreboard end. Green check-in will be on the home side, scoreboard end. Blue check-in is visitor side, fieldhouse end, home side, fieldhouse end, and yellow check-in is fieldhouse side, visitor side. Okay, again, you need to check in by 7 o'clock. After 7 o'clock, late entrance, no matter what color you are, you will check in at the blue check-in. Okay, again, masks will be distributed at check-in. Speaking of masks will be worn anytime you are moving around. Okay, when you're seated and you're 6 feet apart from everybody else, you can take your mask off. When you go to walk to the stage and get your diploma, your mask can be off because we are going to be outside. It's going to take less than 15 minutes, and you should still be 6 feet apart from everybody else. Okay, so again, the mask will be distributed at check-in. Everybody will have the same mask. Everybody's required to wear the mask. Water is going to be provided in the staging area and the field, and on the field. Again, the staging area, once you check in, if you're in green, you'll go to the staging area. We will process in. If you're in blue, you'll check in here. You'll go to the check-in area. Again, you'll find your row monitor that will have your name. You'll find your seat here in the staging area. And then again, we'll talk about processing in. That will be part of the video here in a second. But water will be provided. Water will be provided in the staging as well as the field area. Okay. Again, dress code. Mr. Majewski just talked about it. Your shoes in the turf. You've got to make sure you have flats on. Have to make sure, men, you got to make sure you have dark shoes, dark pants. Okay. When we process in, it is follow the leader. You're going to start where these flashing yellow boxes were. Red will go this way. Green will go this way. Okay. You're going to follow the leader when we process in. You'll start there. You'll go around. You'll stop here while they start pumping circumstance. Okay. You'll get to this point here. We're going to stop. We're going to hold here to start the entrance to the field. There should be nothing in your hands. So you're not bringing a bottle of water with you to the field. There's going to be water on the field at your seat. We will stop here to start the entrance. Again, at this point, it is follow the leader. Okay, so the adults will be leading, but this is the way it's going to go. You're going to process in. Okay, you'll go to the middle of the field, follow the yellow dots. You'll walk down the center aisle. Again, we're going to be moving at a pretty quick pace, but walk to the middle aisle there, and then you'll peel off on your row. The row monitors will be leading everybody in. Students, you'll just follow the person in front of you. Everybody will have a seat. Again, the seats will be 6 feet apart. So don't follow so close to somebody that you have to, that you miss your seat. Again, everyone will remain standing until everybody is in their seat. You'll also remain standing for the pledges and the national anthem. So again, you'll remain standing for quite some time. This is where once you get to your seat, you may look around a little bit, kind of take it in, take in a moment. It's a great moment, again, as part of a great ceremony, okay? Once we get through the pledges and we get through the national anthem, you will be seated. The only activity that you're allowed to do while seated is listening and watching. Now, this will show you a little bit of processing and receiving your diploma. This will be the first row right here. Everybody will stand up. We ask that you look to the visitor side, which is up here near the top, because somebody will be standing over there to try to tell you when to rise. We'll try to rise all at once. It's going to be difficult because, again, we're going from basically soccer sideline to soccer sideline. Okay, but you will walk across towards the visitor sideline. Okay, once you get to the stage, the reader's name, you will stop. It's going to be about right in this area here. You will stop, give the reader your card that has your name on it. Once they say your name, you will leave. You'll stop. Once again, you'll get the right here where this red square is here. This is about the area you'll get your diploma cover from Mr. Majewski. Again, shake hands, receive your diploma cover. Again, you're still moving. It's not a still photo shot. It's an action shot. Then you'll move a little bit farther over here. You'll stop again down here. This is where the second shot will happen. You'll take another picture holding your diploma cover. And then you'll process again back to your seat. You'll walk around and go back to your seat. So again, this is kind of showing the first row. Okay. The next part of this video will show a middle row or a different row. Again, you're walking to the side. You're still trying to maintain your social distance. You'll stop at the reader. You'll stop and receive your diploma cover. Stop at the photo, the second photo right there, and then you'll be back to your seat. Okay, when you get back to your seat, you'll try to sit down as a row. Okay, also for those of you that have difficult names, if you go to It's Learning, the 12th grade course, there is a flip grid. It is active now. Please go there and say, this is how you say my name. If you have a difficult name, or if you have somebody or you have to always correct people, hey, this is how you say my name. You know, I go by whatever it may be, whatever it is, just make sure you go there and say your name. It is broken up in sections of the alphabet. It's about 3 or 4 letters at a time. So make sure you find the correct last name, correct first letter of your last name to put your flip grid in there. The readers will then use that to hopefully say your name correctly. Okay, so please go to the 12th grade course in It's Learning so your name is pronounced correctly. We want to make sure we can do everything we can to ensure that we say your name correctly. Okay. At the end of the ceremony, Mr. Majewski will say a few words. The choir will sing the school song. When graduation is over, we ask that you exit the way in which you came in. So if you came into red, you'll exit towards the red corner, towards, again, that will be visitor side, visitor side, scoreboard end. You'll go out the way that you came in. Again, if you're driving separately, you'll basically go to your car and then you'll leave. Okay? If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to come find myself. Come to the E100 office. Again, there'll be more information coming out. This video, the recording we have recorded it. So this meeting will be posted on It's Learning as well with the talking and everything else. Mr. Majewski, I believe that is all I have. Please let me know if I have missed anything.
No, I think maybe a common question, how do I know which quadrant I'm going to be in? You will find that out at senior clearance.
Yes.
When you receive your tickets, you will know your quadrant. And we're doing it this way, seniors, so your parents have an opportunity to sit on that side of the field where you're seated. They may not choose to do that, but that gives them an opportunity to sit close to where you're sitting on the field. So you'll know your color quadrant at senior clearance. So that's why it's important for you to attend senior clearance and to go through that process. It is a mandatory process. You need to take care of that. So let's be on time. Let's make sure we're dressed appropriately. Someone told me yesterday that some of y'all may have purchased caps and gowns off of Amazon. If you did, you need to make sure those caps and gowns match up with the same maroon that Balfour was selling. If it doesn't, that's going to be a huge problem because we're not going to have 3 or 4 shades of maroon out there. It's about the class of 2021, and we're going with the Balfour maroon on that. So you can't use a gown that maybe your parents wore back in 1975. That's not going to be the same shade of maroon. So if you think you've got a gown issue, you need to stop by the E100 office and get that figured out. They can get you in contact with Balfour, and you can make arrangements about getting a gown, okay? Balfour will have representatives there to assist emergency situations, but you just not having a gown at that point, it's not going to be considered an emergency. You need to take care of that now. But they will be there to assist near the Fieldhouse area. Graduation is one big follow the leader exercise. So it's not difficult, but you do need to listen during the ceremony so you're doing what you're supposed to do. A lot of people are working hard to make this a great ceremony. I think we have about 150 staff members who have some sort of role or responsibility in regards to graduation. So a lot of people are working hard on your behalf. And we've been through a lot together, class of 2021 with the pandemic and getting through the year. And you have passed every test so far. You have thrived this year in many different areas. And so this needs to be no different. Okay. So the way we act, the way we walk across the stage with class and dignity is just going to be the expectation during the ceremony. And if you don't think you can do that, then I highly recommend you either sit in the stands or watch it online, okay? Because we're not going to tolerate anything that takes away from the decorum and the dignity of this ceremony. So that's all I have, Mr. Olin. Did you think we missed anything? Anything you want to add?
No, I think this is pretty much, like I said, ready to go. Like I said, tells you when to get there, tells you where to be, tells you where to go. Thank you.
Okay. All right, class of 2021, let's take care of business the rest of the way out. If you got some academic hurdles still to clear, let's make sure we get over those hurdles and look forward to seeing everyone at graduation on the 30th, on Sunday. So it's going to be a great night. Look forward to highlighting your accomplishments, and let's continue to be the difference. I think we do have one question. Will our official diplomas be inside our diploma covers? or to be come by the school after graduation to pick up your diploma? The answer to that is no. The diploma cover contains a letter from me, signed by me, Ms. Orr, and our superintendent, congratulating you on your accomplishment, and then it gives instructions on when you can pick up your diploma at school. And as a reminder, only you can pick up your diploma, must have your ID available to do that. Where are we exactly supposed to stand if our name starts with an M? Where you should check in? It just depends where you're going to be assigned your color quadrant. You'll know where you stand and where you're sitting at senior clearance. So you'll get the color tickets and you'll know your quadrant and you'll know exactly what quadrant you're going to be in at senior clearance. I hope I answered your question, if that makes sense. Good questions. Okay, we're going to post this on It's Learning, get all this information out to you. Senior finals begin tomorrow. So if you're not exempt, let's make sure we get into our final, taking care of those last few hurdles. Okay, enjoyed visiting with you this morning. Let's have, where would this video be on It's Learning homepage? Mr. Olin, can you answer that? Somewhere during where we post the announcements, I would think.
I think the announcements were in the 12th grade class because it only pertains to the 12th grade class.
Okay, cool. Are students graduating by summa, magna, or just alphabetical? We will do alphabetical. We started that last year. And if you are graduating with an honor, we will be calling that honor. So Jeffrey Olin, summa cum laude. That's how it will be read. Okay. We started doing alphabetical last year. We'll take a few more questions in the chat room while we have some time, if someone has a question. Don't see any more questions, Mr. Olin. I think we can wrap this up. If you do have a question, you can see me out in the hallway. You can stop by the E100 to confirm no rehearsal for students. That is correct. We are not having rehearsal. We will, this is in lieu of rehearsal. The information that we post on It's Learning needs to be reviewed by you and your parents, and count on you to stay on top of it. I don't want to get in a rehearsal situation and then we have to quarantine students for whatever reason that close to graduation. So let's take this information in and let's reference it prior to graduation, seniors. Still waiting on any more questions. All right, Mr. Olin, I'm gonna leave the meeting. Again, students, if you have questions, see Mr. Olin or Ms. Trotty in the E100s. Make it a great day.